Hi, Joe.
Perfect. All right. Hello, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
You all on today? All right. So happy Tuesday. What a great day to exercise. I hope you're all getting a little bit of sunshine like I am. It's on and off, but it sure is nice to see. Oh, I can see the camera is way off today.
Oh.
All right. There we go. That should be better. Okay, let's get right into our breathing pattern for warm up. And we're going to try a couple probably new things today. And I say probably because maybe some of you have done them before, but it'll be a little bit new for hopefully some of you. So you can place a hand wherever you'd like. I always like to place a hand on my belly to start because we're aiming to breathe in and fill up our belly. So we're going to breathe in and out through pursed lips. Good. Breathe in, fill up the belly. Breathe out through pursed lips. Breathe in, fill up the belly. Breathe out through pursed lips. And again, breathe in, fill up the belly. Out through pursed lips. Okay, we're going to continue that breathing pattern. So please continue to breathe in, fill up the belly, then breathe out through pursed lips. And we're going to add in hands or palms facing up towards the ceiling. And as we breathe in, we're going to just pull those hands apart. Notice I keep my elbows tucked in, so I'm not reaching out, I'm just rotating and then just breathing out to bring the hands back in. So breathe in, rotate the hands out, breathe out to bring them back in. Very good. Breathe in, rotate them out, breathe out, bring the hands back in. So we do a couple more of those. As we do a couple more of these, I forgot to mention just to make sure that you have a clear space to exercise in. So nothing to step on or trip over. Make sure your weights are just to the side or underneath your chair. Make sure you've got sturdy shoes or bare feet, a nice solid chair. And it can be very helpful to have your oximeter, that's that little pulse reader close by, to help you track your intensity and your recovery. And then remember that this is your exercise class, so you go at your own pace. And please make sure you remember this is a virtual class. So if there is any noise on your end, please make sure you're on mute so that it is not disruptive. All right, now we're going to lift our arms straight up as we breathe in and breathe out to bring it down. Again, you are going at your own pace, whatever your breathing capacity is. Breathe in and reach up. Breathe out and lower down. Breathe in and reach up. Breathe out and lower down. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out and lower down. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out and lower down. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out and lower down. And now we're going to add our leg moving as well on the same side. So leg slides away as your arm reaches up. Breathe out to bring everything back in. So breathe in, raise the arm, stretch the leg. Breathe out to bring it back in. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once more, breathe in. And out. There we go. Okay, so make sure your feet are about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. And we're just gonna alternate pulling one knee in across and then back out to hip width. Then the other knee pulls in. So we're getting that little bit of what's called internal rotation of your hip. So a knee pulls in, should feel a little bit of a stretch throughout the outside of your hip. There we go. Brilliant. Pull that knee across and back out. Pull your knee across and back out. Good. So once we get into that pattern, make sure you're not straining with any of these movements. So pull enough that you feel a little bit of tension there, but not like you're straining or maximal effort. All right. Now we can move our arm across as the knee pulls in. And then back, and then alternate. Good. So just do what you can. Remember to keep your upper body nice and tall. So we're not getting too much rotation there. There we go. Brilliant. Yeah, so we've got 3, 2, 1. All right. Now we're going to move our arm and leg away from each other on a diagonal. So what that's going to look like is our leg is going to step out on a diagonal, so not directly in front. And our arm is going to open up. And I want you to open up as if you are pulling a band. So we don't have a band here, but I'd like you to move your arm like you are pulling one and then bring it back in, and then we're going to switch. So again, our leg steps out, our arm pulls open, and then comes back in. So step and pull, back in. 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 Brilliant. Good work, team. Step out to the side and open up the arm. There we go. And 3, 2, 1. All right, we can shake it out a little bit. Now I'm going to ask us to draw figure 8s with our hands and try to get as much movement through your arms as is comfortable and feels good for you. So if you need to keep it a little bit more just to the hands, that's fine. But I encourage you, if you can, really get your arms involved. Okay, so as our hands draw figure 8s, I would like your feet to lift one at a time. And we're going to hold that knee up for the time it takes to make 1 figure 8, 2 figure 8s, and then switch. 1 figure 8, 2 figure 8s, switch. 1, 2, 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 switch, 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch. There we go. Great job, team. And remember, as one leg lifts up, we also want to push into the ground with our other leg. So we're doing 2 jobs at once. One leg lifts, one leg pushes down. There we go. Fantastic, team. There we go. Brilliant. And we're going to continue this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Brilliant. Okay, so now we're going to get into a little bit more coordination. We're going to continue a little bit of this more endurance-based cardio. So now is a good time for a sip of water. Feel like you need one. Quick reminders about your recovery positions. If you're feeling short of breath, first thing is really focus on that breathing pattern, breathing out through pursed lips. But you can also always go into that recovery position. Make sure to keep your chest up, and this will take some of the gravity off your lung or off your diaphragm to make it a little bit more easier to catch your breath. Okay. So again, a little bit more coordination, couple more patterns here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tap the top of our legs, and then we're going to bring our arms together in an X. So it's tap, X, tap, X. And what I would just like you to do is make sure you're alternating which arm is in front. Okay, so it's tap, X, tap, X. Good. Okay, so now that you've got the pattern with your hands, we're going to add in lifting and lowering our heels.
Okay. I know that gets
If
You always do this.
again, if you can.
Can you mute it? Can you mute this?
If you need to just focus on the arms, that's okay too, because we are going to make the arm movement more challenging. Ready? Now we are going to tap 1, 2, cross, cross. 1, 2, cross, cross. 1, 2, cross, cross. 1, 2, cross, cross. There we go. Good work, team. 1, 2, cross, cross. 1, 2, cross, cross. 1, 2, cross, cross. 1, 2, cross, cross. Well done, team. Good. 1, 2, cross, cross. 1, 2, cross, cross. 1, 2, cross, cross. 1, 2, cross, cross. Rest. Good. Okay, so a little bit interesting. Anytime we move across our body, right, with our legs or our arms, it's actually a much more challenging on your for your brain, for your coordination, than just staying in line. So this is why I get you guys practicing crossing your limbs over. So it really does challenge the brain and your ability to move opposite sides of your body. Okay, so that being said, what we'll do now is we'll step across. So just step 1 foot across at a time. Step across, back, cross, back, across, back, across, back, across, back. There we go. Perfect. So 1 foot crossing over at a time. And then get ready with your hands, because we're going to add in a little bit of coordination there too. So now what's going to happen is our arms are going to go open, down, 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 and your feet are still crossing over as we go. Make sure you're sitting up tall. Try not to get into a slouched position. Make sure we're maintaining the breathing pattern. Great job, team. And 3, 2, 1, rest. Good. So I know we're focusing on that coordination piece, but you should be working just hard enough that you do feel your breathing rate increase. Again, we're working more on that endurance, so I don't want you huffing and puffing, but I do want you panting a little bit, okay? So now what's going to happen is we're marching. And as we march, here's the coordination piece. If you hear 1, we are just marching like this. If you hear 2, I want your arms to go faster than your legs. So let's practice. 1, everything moves the same. You hear 2. There we go. 1. That's tricky. Super, super tricky. 2. 1. 2. 1. Good. 2. Might need to notice you tighten up your core. 1. Good. 2. 1. Nice work, team. Couple more seconds. 2. 1. Woo! Woo! There we go. That got the heart rate up, hey?
Yep.
Oh boy, oh boy. And time. So rest there. Remember to breathe out through pursed lips. That'll really, really help. Maybe you need that recovery position to help you regain your breathing. So I've got good news for you. That was the cardio portion of today's class. The other good news is we're going to move on into some strength exercises. The bad news is it might be kind of hard. I know, but that's okay. Or you could reframe it to be more good news. It's an opportunity to get stronger and fitter. All right, So when you are ready, please join. Don't feel like you have to rush anything here. You've got your weight. Okay. Now, here's your challenge today. I'd like you to stagger your feet. So one comes a little bit more underneath, one goes more in front. And however much you stagger your feet, the more you stagger, the more challenging it's going to be. So please find your challenging but doable range. And either from here, you're going to just push down into the ground. And the foot that's more underneath you, that's the leg that's going to do the majority of the work. Okay. Or you push through and stand up with staggered feet. And then back down with control. So again, can we press through our leg, whether you're staying seated or you stand, and then down with control. So this one might feel a little bit more off balance. Safety is most important. So if you need to ignore the weight, hold on to something, weight with one hand and have hand for balance. That's great. The other thing too that will actually help, especially going down, is putting your weight out in front of you. So you push through your feet. And then if you put your weight out a little bit, it'll actually help counterbalance some of your own weight. Okay. And this is number 5. And then we're going to switch legs. Down with control. Good. So again, that was 5. We can switch legs. And then we push through our foot. Then come back down with control. Push through your foot. Good. Push through your foot. Get up and down. 2, 3. Push through your foot. And then down with control. And I think actually that was 5. Was that 4 or 5? 4. That was 4. So we need one more. Brilliant. Okay, so quick rest there. You can actually put the weight to the side now and bring out your stretchy band. Whatever kind of stretchy band you've got available to you. How did we like that new sit to stand?
Good. Good. Okay.
Excellent. It's harder.
It is harder.
It's harder. And because you put more weight through one leg, the muscles are working harder. Okay. So part of the movement is our tricep press that we're quite familiar with, most of us. That's where we hold the band across our body and then we straighten our arm to pull down. Okay. Can everyone get into this position? So again, the band is just on one shoulder, your hand holds across to hold it in place and your other arm's going to pull down. But as we pull down, we're going to lift up our opposite knee. And then down. So it's lift and pull. Lift and pull. Good. With control. Lift and pull. And again, try to exhale on the exertion part of this movement. Good work, team. Excellent. So we're going to go for 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. All right. and pull your hand down and lift the knee. Pull and lift. Pull and lift. Pull and lift. Good. So remember, we're seated up tall as we do this, so try not to lean back or forwards as we pull the band down. Remember, it's all about straightening the elbow. So you're not trying to pull back behind you. I don't want your shoulder moving. I just want that elbow straightening. Good work, team. And 3, 2, 1. And rest there. Brilliant. Okay, good. So we added something, an additional challenge, that pull down. And again, working opposite sides of our body to create that connection, right, between one arm and the opposite leg. So you can, what's that? Nope, okay. You can put the band just to the side and you can grab your weight now. Perfect. So what I would like with the weight is we are going to push it up overhead. But as we push it up overhead, and I'll turn sideways so you can see the movement here, I would like one foot to just step behind. So you lift up and your foot steps behind. Now, if you are standing, I just want to make it super clear that you're not backwards stepping. It's a backwards touch. And the difference between a step versus a touch is that the weight stays on your front leg. Okay, so if you are choosing to do this standing, just keep the weight on that front leg. And please have something within grabbing distance for balance, okay? You always want to keep in mind safety as well. So we lift up and step back. Good. Press and step back. Press, 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 step back. Press and step. Press and step. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we are switching hands. Okay, once again, push up and step back. So push and step. 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 And make sure you maintain your breathing pattern. Really push your feet into the ground too, right? It's really simple to make this exercise easier or harder just by pressing your feet into the ground. Good. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. Brilliant. Brilliant job, team. Put the weight to the side. All right. So we've got one more exercise, making that 4. So remember, we've done 3 exercises so far. We're going to do a 4th. And there are 2 ways you can set yourself up here. So I'm going to show you both ways. First, the more challenging way, and then the way that is a little bit easier to position yourself, and just find which one works best for you. So you can either turn sideways in your seat and then lean back on the backrest. You'll notice my legs are still bent, and from here, I would just get you to lift your leg up to the side. Okay. Now, you can do this. If that's challenging to get into, you can do it face on and just press out to the side a little ways. And you can do this standing. Just support your hands on a tabletop or your chair. You've got your leg bent and you push it out to the side. And interestingly enough, these exercises are called hydrants because it does look like the stereotype of a dog piddling on a fire hydrant. Okay, so but it's a good visual for getting the correct movement. We're working on those hips. You want that hip strength. So set yourself up however works. And we are going to start now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, turn and face the other way. And lift out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Rest. Good work, everybody. Did we feel that in the hips?
Yep.
Glutes or the outside of your hip? Yeah, yep. Brilliant. Yep. Really, really good. A little bit of mobility as well as strengthening, right? How often do we move our leg out to the side? Okay. Really, that's a really good exercise for stepping sideways over something. So whether you're kind of lifting your leg up to get onto a bike or bathtub, okay? A couple different ways where that up and over type movement, even if we're not stepping over, those exercises help with, okay? So now it's just time to repeat those 4 strength exercises. Do we remember what our first strength exercise was? It involved your weight.
Yep. This one.
And we had our feet staggered.
No. Oh.
And we were doing a staggered sit stand.
Yep.
Okay, so either you're pushing your feet into the ground, and it's mostly that one foot doing the work, or all the way up. And then just be cautious sitting back down. It's a little more off balance. You want to make sure you make contact with your chair. Please don't miss your chair. 2. It's only funny as long as it doesn't happen.
Yeah, true.
3. And down with control. 4. Brilliant. And we've got one last one. 5. Whew. Okay, team, let's switch legs. Yeah, switch feet, that's right. And then push, either staying seated or to get up. 1, 2, 3. Down with control. 4. And last one, up. 5. And rest. Brilliant. So that second exercise we did not involve the weight. It involved our band on the shoulder. That's right. We hold it on the shoulder so that our other hand can pull it straight down, and we're going to lift up our opposite knee. Okay, so we pull down and lift and down. Pull and lift and down. Pull and lift. Good. Pull and lift. Down. Pull and lift. Good. Keep up your breathing pattern. Great job, team. Pull down and lift. We've got 5 more. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So now we switch sides. Now the band goes on the other shoulder. We're going to pull down and lift. So pull down and lift. Good. Remember, the pull down is all about straightening the elbow, not about moving the shoulder. You want the shoulder to stay still. Brilliant. Pull down and lift up. Pull down and lift up. Good. Pull down, lift up. Pull down, lift up. There we go. So pull down, lift up, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, well done, team. Again, you can put the band to the side and swap it out for your weight. All right, we're gonna press the weight up overhead and step a foot back. So press and lift, 1. Press, 2. Press and step, 3. Press and step, 4. So again, push your feet into the ground. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Brilliant. Okay, let's switch hands. Getting ready to press up overhead and step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Mhm.
11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. Relax. You can put the weight to the side. And then we had our hydrants, the leg lifting exercise. So remember, you can do it standing, supported. And I say get supported on those because it changes the angle of the movement. Okay. Or you can do it just from the side, seated here. Or you turn, lean back into your chair. And we are going to lift starting now. So lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, let's switch sides.
Mhm.
And we are lifting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Mhm.
Good. Well done, everybody. That's super fun. You're going, maybe, maybe not. Okay, so I am gonna ask everybody to grab their band again. And what's super important about this next exercise is that you are not straining to do it. Super, super important, okay? Deal? No straining. So we're just gonna hold. So I've bent my elbow, and my entire goal is to keep my shoulder, my elbow, and my wrist in a straight line. Don't allow your elbows to rotate out. Okay, on both sides. So I've got everything stacked in a line. Can everyone see that? There's a little bit of tension on the band. I am not trying to pull the band apart. The band is just here to keep me level. Okay, I'm going to slowly, and again, your elbows want to creep out. Do not let them. Pull them back in. Slowly lift just to where you can, and then come back down. This is tough on the shoulders and really good for most shoulders. So keep everything stacked, slowly lift. You can think about gently trying to pull the band apart, pull the elbows in, just to compensate. Slowly up, then down, up, and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and last one, up and down. That's tiring. Very, very tiring. A good one to practice on your own, even if you just do 3 to 5 repetitions. And now we're gonna hold the band and we've got our palms facing up. And what we're gonna do, similar to our warm-up exercise, we're just going to pull the hands apart and back in. So you'll notice there's not a ton of movement through the arms. I don't want tons of tension, and I don't want you pulling apart. I just want your hands rotating out. So think about trying to keep your elbows tucked in, pull, hold, back in. And sometimes it feels easier to just grip the band so it's out and back in. Out, back in. Pull out and apart, back in. Pull out and apart, back in. Good. So 3, 2, 1. And rest. Holy smokes. Put the band to the side. And kind of shake out your arms. You can roll your shoulders back. Sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, pop.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay, team. You worked super hard today. Well done. It's now time to stretch, if you can believe it or not. And remember, stretch time is the perfect time to ask questions and to socialize, get connected as a group. Okay. So we're just gonna lift up an elbow and push it back this way or up overhead, whatever feels best for you. And what questions do we have today? Switch arms. And rest that arm. Let's stretch a leg out in front of us. Reach towards your toes. There's no questions today, team?
We're not very talkative, are we?
No, I'm starting to feel almost, not quite, but almost bad about how apparently hard the exercises were today.
Out of breath.
You pooped us out.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, if you're feeling a bit puffed, remember just to get back into your breathing pattern. Breathe out through pursed lips. You can switch legs.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
My sister joined us today from Ottawa. Hi, everybody.
Oh, brilliant. Hello.
Hello. She's here to look after me and my husband.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, welcome. It's great to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. You're always welcome.
Welcome to God's country.
It is. I used to live here. I know it's God's country.
All right, team, you can pull that leg up onto your shin or slide it all the way up to your thigh.
That's it.
Ah,
I really feel it in my neck.
You feel this exercise in your neck?
No, just the whole, overall, the whole thing.
Hmm. Gotcha. Something slightly maybe helpful for you is just in your day-to-day, try to be aware of your shoulders creeping up towards your ears.
Yeah.
And so, and if you notice there's like that little bit of tension, try to just take in a deep breath. And then as you exhale, imagine all the tension leaving the shoulders. You can switch legs, everybody.
How's your dog?
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah, doing lots of hikes lately the last couple of weeks. So he's been having a glorious time.
Bet, eh?
Must be full grown now, is he?
Oh yeah,
What kind of dog is it?
he's a Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And people either know exactly what that breed is or have no idea.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
My daughter would know. Works in a vet.
Oh, cool. Gonna drop that leg down. You can get that leg back behind your body. Yeah, I think they're one of our few Canadian breeds,
Yeah.
and they're about half the size of a golden retriever.
Oh, nice.
And
they're
high
known
energy.
Oh yes, yes,
Lots of
very
them.
much so a working breed. But they've got this really nice reddish orange coat with all the
Yeah.
different white markings.
Hmm.
They're but yeah, very, very high energy dogs for sure.
Does it have a white tip on the top of its tail?
He does.
Do you know why?
No.
Because when it runs through the grass, it gets the ducks to pay attention. So it's easier to shoot the ducks.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
and that's
interesting.
funny you say that.
Huh.
We're gonna put our legs wide apart, and we're gonna gently turn off one. So gently just press, you get a bit of a stretch there. It's so funny because this breed was absolutely bred to kind of goof around and climb around on like shores with their colorful coats, and they make all these funny sounds, like they're a very vocal dog, but to bring ducks in. And so we live near a pond, and he doesn't go after ducks, actually. He's not much of a water dog. He loves to dig mice. So he's on the shore, and he was digging, and his tail's just going. And then about 3 ducks came really close to the shore. And then he ran about 10 feet over to start digging a new location. These 3 ducks followed, and 2 more joined. And that happened about 3 times, where every time he moved, more ducks were coming and following him. It was really funny.
That's cool.
Switch sides. Switch sides here.
Well, now you know why.
Yeah. I go, boy, yeah, that works. The ducks were like, what is that? So we've been going on more hikes, so that we're not walking around the pond. So we don't want him. He likes digging after the mice, but now that it's duck season as well, we don't want him accidentally getting into nests.
Yeah.
So we're sticking to the mountains. There we go, team. Okay, we're just gonna press one arm up, press the other down, stretch those arms away from each other. And then from here, you're gonna take a breath in, not too deeply because your arms are stretched out, but just practice taking a slower, deeper breath. And then letting it out. And then switch arms again. Press them away from each other. And then again, breathe in. And out. And then relax there. And now we're gonna just take in 2 deep breaths together. Whether you keep your hand on your belly, arms up to the side or up overhead, just do what feels best for you. But we are going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once more in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and shake it out. Make sure you give yourself a pat on the back. Great job for getting here today, team. Wonderful to see you all.
Yeah,
And I hope to see you all on Thursday.
Yes, you will.
Thank
Thank
you.